Welcome into the SBR Bowl Betting Special Show with our next guest, Jimmy the Bag, one of my favorite people in the business. Jimmy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Drew, I miss you very much. I miss you working beside me down here in Costa Rica. I'm so excited to see your face and to get to do a video with you, my friend. It's been too long.
It's been way too long, man. Can't wait to get back down there and, hey, have a couple adult beverages with you in the country of Costa Rica. Hey, getting to college football gambling here. Jimmy, we got 4 games. First one up, December 22nd, Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, Texas. 3:30 Eastern kick on December 22nd. Houston versus Army. Total of 60. Been a lot of movement here, Jimmy, with Army laying 3. Army, the Black Knights, 8 straight wins to end the season. How would you look to bet Houston versus Army?
There's a lot of moving parts in this game, Drew. First off, let's talk about the line. Let's talk about the total. You have a lot of experience in college football, and you can help guide me through making the smartest move on this game. At Pinnacle, this line opened Army -5 on December 3rd. Within 20 minutes, it was -4. Within 2 hours and 10 minutes, it was -3.5. Within 4 hours, it was -3. A lot of movement in 4 hours, and then no more movement. 8 days later, we are here on December 12th. 8 days later, it has stayed at -3. The total opened at 67.5 on December 4th, 8:33 a.m. at Pinnacle. 3 days later on December 7th at 2:22 a.m., it was bet down a half point, and then nothing. Then quiet until yesterday. At 11:23 a.m., this under starts getting hammered, Drew. Every hour it went down a point. Every hour until 5:23. All of a sudden, this total was at 60. It went down 7 points in 6 hours. We know that Derek King, the quarterback for Houston, is injured, done for the season. We have a backup coming in. Do you feel like people know what they're doing here, Drew, hammering this under?
As far as the total goes, I mean, you got to keep in mind, especially at this time, you know, we're a week out from the game. Keep in mind, guys, we're filming this on December 12th. It doesn't take too much money to move a total. So we're talking, you know, college bowl season moving totals. You know, it's not a terrible amount of money, so I wouldn't put too much emphasis in it. I would put more emphasis in the amount of movement, which, yeah, you got to pay attention to these, Jimmy, but I like the side, to tell you the truth. I mean, you mentioned the quarterback injury with King out. He was a great ball player. The backup, I'm not too in tune with him, not sure what he's all about, but more so on the offensive side for Army, I think that they're going to be able to control the line of scrimmage against the Houston defensive line, which has question marks all over. You know, their best player heading to the NFL, going to forego the bowl game, hell, forego a couple games down the stretch here. They do get an extra preparation time to prepare for the triple option, which should help the defense. I still don't think it's enough, Jimmy. I like this Army Black Knights team on a side -3 right now. I haven't gotten involved with the total. I mean, which way would you look? You'd look towards the total or the side here?
Well, what I will not do is be on the ass end of a total move. I will not, even if I like the under, I will not take it now that it's moved 7.5 points in one direction. You mentioned Ed Oliver skipping the bowl game, was not around down the stretch, and it was noticeable for Houston. Finishing the season losing 3 of 4. They were 7-1 when they visited SMU as 14-point favorites, lost 45-31. Their season started unraveling. Temple came to TD-ECU Stadium, 3.5-point dogs, won by 10. Then Houston smashed Tulane at home, 48-17 as 7.5-point favorites. Everyone thought they were riding the ship. Then they close out the season with a 21-point loss at Memphis as 9.5-point dogs. It was in that Tulane game where the backup Nick Toon came in. He has not looked good in his small opportunities in the 2 games where we saw him late in the season. The common theme in this disappointing end to Houston's season was terrible defense. They're taking Ed Oliver out. Now, you say they're going to have 3 weeks to a month to prepare, but what do you do when your best player is not going to be able to stop a very dangerous rushing attack from the Army? This Houston defense allows 489 yards, 34 points a game. They're terrible against the pass. They won't need to worry about that versus an Army team that averages 79.7 yards a game through the air. But opposing rushing attacks average just under 200 yards against this Cougar defense. This Army team had the nation's 2nd-ranked rushing attack, piling up 296 yards on the ground. The difference in this game is the Black Knights have a great defense. That's what I see the difference. They have a great defense, and Houston has a terrible defense. Their defense allowed 293.5 yards, 18 points, with only 108 yards coming on the ground. And we know with Derek King out of the lineup that they're going to have to run the ball a lot with Toon behind center. Cougars have the 6th-ranked offense in the nation, top 20 rushing and passing attacks. I think we can put a line through that stat. They averaged 46 points per game, 528 yards per game. But in saying all this, if they're going up with a backup quarterback, if they're not having Ed Oliver, then why has the market moved 2 points in their favor, Drew?
I don't know. I can't read that. I don't have a crystal ball to tell you what other people are thinking, Jimmy, but I can just tell you this. I like the Army Black Knights. I don't think there's any motivational aspect on that side of the ball with the Black Knights, the military academy, and I think there's all kinds of question marks due to motivation on the Houston sidelines. Motivation plays a huge role in bowl games. It makes me look towards the Army Black Knights. I'm on a -3. You got a final pick for us?
I want to take Army -3. We're 10 days before the game. I need to talk to people. I need to find out why the line is moving in Houston's direction. It doesn't make sense to me. And when a line is moving in a direction that doesn't make sense, I stay off until I gather more information. I wanted to give you Army -3, Drew, but the longer we talk about it, the more questions that are coming up instead of answers, and I want to continue breaking down these bowl games. At this point, I can't take Army -3 when everything is telling me that money should be coming on them, and it's not. So at this point, I'm not making a move.
Fair enough, Jimmy. And where can people follow you on Twitter to find your final analysis on this game?
Hit me at Jimmy the Bag, and I will have a play on this game. And hopefully, Drew, I'll get to work with you more on this game. But right now, it does not make sense to me. And when something doesn't make sense to me, I don't put my money on the line.
All right. Everyone out there, guess you're just going to have to go with what I said. Army -3 or nothing at all. He's Jimmy the Bag. I'm Drew Martin. We'll be right back with the next bowl game up.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.